Hello, Legacy Tribe. Welcome to the Legacy Conscious Parenting podcast, where we teach you values you can live by, model, and bequeath to names unborn. Today, if you notice, we are with no scripts, and this conversation is going to be extremely, totally unscripted. It's just a story I want to share with you and how it made me feel. I believe that you would learn a lot from it. You would relate with it, and it will be the beginning of other similar conversations because life is so unscripted that shooting podcasts from a script feels like we're trying to be careful, we're trying to make sure that everything is prim and proper. But then, if we do not bring the rawness, the relatability, the authenticity, what are we doing here and who are we after all, right? This one is going to sting, especially for some people who have ego issues and who have a problem with it coming from a woman. We're going to name this episode something that will blow minds. It's going to be Men, Leave Women Alone. No, I'm not saying it as a feminist. I'm not saying it as an independent woman. I'm not saying it as someone who's been disrespected because if you know me very well, you know that, of course, I'm the Lady Laurie for a reason. I am very feminine, soft, and sweet. So I'm not saying this to put the men off or to disrespect them in any way. How about you take a cup of water or a warm mug of milk and come closer and let's have this chit chat? One day I was feeling very, very tired. It felt like my glass was so full that a tiny bit more of water, even if or even up to a drop, would have made things worse for me. I just needed to go somewhere, but be by myself and declutter. I was tired of hearing, "Mommy, can we do this? Mommy, can we do that?" I decided to go to a restaurant to just sit there. I always like very beautifully decorated spaces, dimly lit. The ambience is giving, come and relax and be taken care of. And so I did not I forgot to add that I was feeling unwell, and it just I was tired of staying inside and feeling helpless. So I just wanted to get out. Okay, I got to where I was going. I was not feeling like having that meal. Now I have places I go to for certain reasons. If I want puff puff, I know who I'll go to precisely for the puff puff. If I want pasta, if I want rice, I know the places spots I go to for whatever cravings I'm having. So as I got down from my cab, I wasn't feeling like what I wanted in the first place. So I saw a diner by the corner. I'm like, okay, let me just walk in. I got there. Their menu was not giving what I wanted. But then something caught my eye. There was a puzzle, a crossword puzzle on the table. Like, oh my god, those fascinate me a lot. So I sat down reluctantly. I'm like, let me just be searching for the words. It was easy at first, but got complicated really quickly. And time was passing. The waitress comes to me and she asks me, "What do you want?" My God, how will I tell her now that it's just this puzzle that is in my eye? Okay, oh, that's how Auntie came again and asked me, like, okay, can I get some croissant? I did. It was not like there's one particular place. I don't want to call them because they're not sponsoring this episode. The croissant, the thing they heat. Even when I went to Malaysia, I tried some. It wasn't as banging as this places own. I won't mention their name, like I said earlier. Guess what? I had the croissant with they brought me a pot of tea. Was having it. Okay. I took my meds. I was sweating profusely. The place was chill, but oh my god, the fever in me was. That's how. And I said, this menu like this. Okay, let me just order something because they've been kind enough to entertain me with their puzzle, right? To be out of place to just walk away. And I ordered something. I was to go with it. So they were preparing. I continued with my puzzle. Aha, let me take you back a bit. When I was ordering stuff, guess what? Someone walked in, sat by the corner. I'm like, "Ugh." I was just minding my business. So, okay. I could feel eyes on me, and that creeps me out. I don't like being stared at all. So, let's call this person Mr. Y because why? Okay, Mustard Courage came to sit with me and is asking me, okay, came and said, "Can I sit with you?" I'm like, okay, Larry, don't be rude. Everybody already knows I have this They call this RBF, resting bitch face. Pardon my French. So I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm wondering, sit with me that what happened. I don't go out without my wedding ring. So what is going on here? He sits and the first thing he asks me is, what do you okay, my name is Y. Now, babes, you know that when a guy tells you his first name without saying he's Mr. Something so and so, okay, when he says Mr. Aha, at least that one is when he says Doctor something, is it just real? I feel like he wants to flex. This guy is showing off. Man, don't come for me. But when he tells you his name, like first name, my name is Yemi, Yomi, Femi, Chinedu, I'm like, okay, now them. Tells me his name is Y. Remember, because we would name him Mr. Y, right? Tells me his name is Y. I'm like, okay, how does that affect the GDP of Nigerian economy? Okay. Tells me what he does, and he asks me, what do you do? I hate that question. When I go for events and when networking and you're asking me what do I do, I'm like, I'm a human being. Must I be doing something? And that really put me off. So I okay, he first asked me, what bank do you use? Like, okay. It threw me out of balance and he could see it on my face because I may not use words, but my face is pretty expressive. Fine. What bank do you use? He said, you seem surprised. I said, yes, because I get asked questions a lot, but I've never been asked this one. So I'm going to add it to the list of the questions I can possibly get asked so that I'll prepare the answer for next time. Like, hey, so what do you like? Which bank do you prefer? I'm like, I don't know why you're asking. I don't know you from anywhere. Why you asking me what bank I use and which one do I prefer? I just know that I use bank and I move money around. That's it. Oh, let's just ask him because he works in a bank. Oh, okay. And goes on and on and on and on. Then asks me, what did you do? Like, I don't think people should be asked what they do. Okay, when people ask me what I do, I tell them I'm a stay-at-home mom. Boring. They don't want to talk further because guess what? They ask you what you do because they want to see what's in it for them. Should I connect with this person based on who they are? Do they have something that I need? So when I tell them I'm a stay-at-home mom, they just get uninterested and then they walk away like, I just dodged a grenade. Some people, on the other hand, we get curious. Okay, if you're a stay-at-home mom, what are you doing in such event? And we get talking. I'm like, that's my short answer to put people up. Actually, I am a podcast host into coaching and consulting, family life practitioner, and all. We get talking. Those people at least broke the ice, wanted to get to know me better. So I'm like, instead of asking people what they do, how about you ask them what they are interested in? He then claps back and says, "Is it not what people are interested in that they do?" So I said, for instance, me, I'm interested in guns. I love the sound of them. I love the way some of them look. I love action movies a lot, action comedies preferably. And he goes, I said that I'm interested in guns and action comedy movies. Doesn't mean that I kill for a living or shoot guns for a living or work in the CIA or FBI. So that you're interested in something doesn't necessarily mean you're doing it for a living. And he goes, oh, okay. Can I ask you why you are interested in guns or how you grew the interest? And oh my God. I don't know. They just fascinate me. I see them as incredibly awesome. The structure, the nature, the types, the way they sound, the adrenaline rush. Oh my gosh. Have you watched someone playing Call of Duty? I really do not like playing games, but I don't mind watching people play them. And Call of Duty is something I enjoy watching my husband play sometimes when I have the time to. Continues and he says, okay, I said I had to, of course, chip this in. How about you ask people about their interests instead of what they do? Because I feel like you're asking me because you want to know if I'm worth the time for the conversation, if if there's something you need for you. You probably want to sell me something. You want to see if I'm worth it. So what that shows me is this one is a taker. You don't want to connect with me based off on who I am or based on who I am. You want to connect with me based on your interest, what's in it for you. And I find that very disrespectful and provocative. And he says that, oh, he never saw it from that light. I told him I'm glad I could help. Then he goes, what did you say your name is again? I said, well, the name did not interest you as much as what I do because that was not what you were interested in. And because it was not a big name, right, you did not put it to your head. Because if I had mentioned the name like Otedola, you'd have remembered. No, it's not like that. At this point, I'd lost it because number one, you're interrupting the quiet time I wanted to have. Number two, what makes you just feel that when a lady is sitting by herself, she's looking for a man? Number three, I am as married as they come. I don't not dress anyhow. Yeah, I love shorts. I wear them once in a while now. But my countenance alone, my demeanor alone will tell you, oh, this person is unapproachable. I respect the fact that I'm married. Like I fear it, like I fear God. So why would you want to come sit with me for whatever reason? You want to sell a product, you want to market a business for whatever reason at all, right? It's okay to just maybe say hello, but we are now having a conversation like me and you. We came on a date. I'm not saying this to be antisocial. How will you connect with people if you say they should not talk to you? But there are more civil ways of having these conversations. I feel like when a lady is by herself, we should give her space. Because like I was feeling ill, I was feeling overstimulated, I was feeling overwhelmed. I just wanted to be by myself. And this person walks in, even if you're going to give me $1 million at that point, I did not care because that's not what I was looking for. Guys, can you just let women be? Because not all the time, it's not every time, even as a married woman, it's not every time I want to be around my husband. It's not every time, even as a mother, that I want to be with my children. There are times you just want to have me time. There are times we just want to be alone. So don't rob us of that opportunity. And as I'm saying this, let me also add for those of us that are very private people now living a public life or sharing a part of our lives publicly. I don't want to sound somehow, but can you just say hello and let me just have my private moment? Because it's not every time I want to be that public persona that you see. I just want to be Laurie, not legacy conscious parenting host or not the Laurie brand. I just want to pour into the cup from which I pour into others. I want to actually just be and unwind. So when you come at us and you want us to take selfies, I respect that. However, can you respect some private moments? You really can read the room. You can watch the person's energy. And when you see that this person, I'm saying this for myself and for a lot of other introverts that are publicly serving, right? Sometimes we burn out. We just want to be by ourselves. Can you respect our need to be private at that time? I get it. You want to take selfies, you want to say hello, but that can be done in a civilized manner, correct? That can be done very quickly. So you allow us go back to ourselves and relax. And for the insecure men that will clap back and lash at me for this one, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to you. You have every right to feel sore, right? I'm not saying this to disrespect Mr. Y in any way. I'm just saying so that we all learn from it. Okay. I believe that if we do not create the environment for certain things to come up, for certain conjectures to come up, they would not ordinarily come up. And insecure men, when I say that, I mean men that would hear this and say, and these women, they have come again, they are feminists and all. Mm-mm. Like I said, I'm a very feminine woman married to what you people call an alpha male, a very masculine man for that matter. So it's not insecurity or femininity or feminism speaking, whatever interpretations of that word people have. It is me wanting to just spend time by myself. It's that feminine soft spot of me or part of me that wants to protect her essence and our oil and our energy. And I feel like there are other women too. I'm languaging and putting words to this for them. When you see a woman, married or not, especially married, leave her be. Leave her be. Every other person can buy your product. There are other means or avenues of selling products, you know. And I know the conversation was so centered. I did not allow it go to the point of selling me anything because I didn't want to be sold on anything. I feel like that's not a place to sell anything. But then there are some people who go as much as starting to talk, of course, nonsense, I came here to eat. Why you okay? Now that you are telling me I'm beautiful, like my mirror that is in me did not tell me. What's your point exactly? What? But where are you going to? What are you going for? Really? So I should pack my things and leave my husband and follow you? Really? Seriously? I don't understand. I know, yeah, some people do it. That's what gives you the audacity to. But read the room, all right? Read the room. They say by their fruits you should know them. There are people who just want to have a long time, have fun, whether they are dancing, salsa, they are eating lunch, whether they are ice skating, roller skating, whatever it is. Men, let women be. Our world does not revolve around you. We deserve to have alone time, and when we go out to have it, leave us alone, all right? And women will be, we not keep person. We just want to be soft. We just want to be feminine. We just want to be cutesy, demure, and left alone when we want to be alone. Did you learn something from this? Ha, babes, have you had this kind of experience before? How did you tell the person of whoever it was, whether it was an admirer or a product marketer, whatever, whoever he was, whatever office he was in or whatever hat he was wearing, how did you handle the situation? Can you drop note for us in the comments so that, of course, other babes can borrow a leaf from your playbook, right? Thank you so much for watching this episode. That's all I've got. Remember, I said we're just going to share a story and chit chat. And oh my gosh, I'm just in a space in my life right now where I don't want to be very, very serious anymore. I just want to have fun. I just want to be sweet. I just want to be a girl. And if this works for you while parenting, you want to be this way too, or you want to learn how to be this way, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that when we upload new episodes, you'll be the first to know. Share with your friends and your loved ones. And until we'll meet again in yet another insightful episode of Legacy Conscious Parenting Podcast, don't just stay excellent, keep living like the royalty you are, and keep living by the values you stand for, because if we don't model it, how will they learn it, and how will we bequeath it to them when the time comes? Thank you so much again. See you on the next.